Good morning, Michigan. You're a little snowy out there this morning. A little snowy in old Michigan. Good morning, Michigan. There's too many of you brother, there's far too many of you dying. To bring some loving here today. We don't need to escalate. War is not the answer. To feel our love here today. Ah, that sucks, Sandy. What's going on? What's going on? Ay, 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 ay. Father, Father. Good morning, Larry. Today, oh. With reality. Come on, talk to me. What's going on? Woo, woo, woo. There you go, Sandy. What's going on? Ay, 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 ay. Little Marvin Gaye action, huh? Huh? What about it? Wait a minute.
Here, Navy SEALs, 3 rules for surviving a real-world assault. Rule number 1.
Hold it.
Dirty.
Hold everything.
If you're assaulted by a criminal, you stand no chance.
We have one more situation here. Where is it? Here we go. Is this the one? Yeah. Pops. Pops. Nice slow. Bam! Let's get it on. Yeah, let's get it on. Ooh, we're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understand each other. Since we gotta be here. It's lit. I love you. With me, loving you. Hey, getting yourself and me to never be wrong. 'Cause our love is true. Oh, I see the fool life could be. There, along with me. I ain't gonna trust. There's great words in the song. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on with it. Oh, oh, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Bow, come on. Hell, welcome, ouch. Who believe what I believe, and you're all watching cruise and watching tea. On it on, let's get it on. Let's get it on. I ain't asking you. I ain't asking you to worry. I don't want you to worry. Just get it on with me and with tea. I ain't gonna push. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ow! If the spirit moves you, let it groove you. Let it get it on. Come on, get it on. Yeah, hey, hey. Celebrate sometime. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong, nothing wrong with love. What a morning. Get it on with Pops. Get it on with tea. Good morning. Are you guys rock and roll stars? You should be. You should be.
Cole, he's my miracle.
How was that? Did we bring it in this morning? Did we bring it in strong? See, Pops brought it in strong this morning. Huh? I don't want it to be the weekend. I hate Fridays. Fridays mean there's a Saturday. That means there's no tea tomorrow. That sucks. Okay, how is this, fellas? You guys having a good time this morning? Marvin Gaye, which simply means he's always in a good mood, okay? Censored, but there could be tea. Has the week flown by, you guys? Has this week turned into a cheetah? This week feels like a cheetah week. Give me 1 second, please. There we go. Anybody? Oh, let me get the Tea Crew music on. Good morning, you guys. I'm so grateful to be here this morning. I mean that sincerely. That's not just me sending sunshine up your old rear situation. I truly mean that. I'm grateful to be alive, but more than that, we get to hang out together. Wait till the reading later this afternoon, or this towards the end here. There's something in there that really clicked because I was rereading it this morning, and I was like, gosh, this clicks. This is why, we'll read it later. This is why it feels so good. Because that's really why we stay here, because it feels good. You know, I was thinking about it just the other day. Why do we do this? Because it feels good. We wouldn't continue to do something to ourselves that didn't feel good. Generally speaking, we could always qualify that statement. Hold everything here. There's my favorite background music of all time. Okay. Star Child. Star Child wrote me one of the most beautiful letters I've ever received. It was long, and I can't read it because, again, it's too puffy for Pops. She's gone through a lot of stuff in her life, you guys. We're really glad Star Child's here in our group. I'm saying that out loud to her, and also Star. Mike, you can't delete my love. What was that? Darren, you can't delete my love. Darren, you can't delete Dave's love. Star Child, I need you to send me your address, please. Pops your address. Same email that you sent me that beautiful email. I usually don't have enough time to respond to something that wonderful, but I want to send you something. Okay, you completely deserve it, my dear. I want you guys to put it. This is going to be this is different. Listen. We're going to still do 3 giveaways today. Did you see all those pumpkins that we have over here? Did you see those pumpkins we were showing? We're going to give those pumpkins away to you guys today. You guys want pumpkins? Yeah, you guys want pumpkins. Okay, so we're going to give away at least 3 pumpkins. You remember what they look like. Those. We're going to give those guys away. You're going to have a hard time believing how much they weigh. Okay? But that's because this is the end of our anniversary week. Give me 10 people that hope we have another anniversary. Not hope. That will work with Pops and Tea Crew to make sure that we have another anniversary next year. A 3rd anniversary. 10 people. Looking forward to next year's anniversary already. Right? We'll manifest next year's anniversary right now. Okay? Nerdy's like, I know I'll be around. I know I'm going to be around for next year's too, because guess what? This makes me feel good. Keep trying to straighten out my camera. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I got it. If not, I'll just talk to you guys like this. Thank you for having really made it a wonderful week. We haven't stopped having a great time and giving away more than we've ever given away here before, and it feels amazing. It truly does. You guys know the givers and the gives, the givees and the givers. The givers know. Givees are sitting around going, I wonder what it feels like to be a giver. I kind of like being a givee, but be a giver and you'll find out. It's pretty cool. This is going to be a brain game. Brain game. Don't answer now. I know about 5 of you are going to answer anyways, but I'm asking you not to. I'm asking you to put this idea on pause. You're going to do some homework, but it's actually show work, okay? We're going to do a Never Winner Before for sure. We've done 4 this week, so we're going to do it. This is going to be not homework, it's show work. So what does that mean? That means you have to do the work during today's show, okay? And then at the end of our little deal here today, we will answer, okay? But until then, I want you to be studying, perhaps writing down. I know, Gypsy, you guys are givers. You and Preston are giving maniacs. Do you guys ready? Ready for brain game? But don't say anything yet. Think about it. All right? Take a note, and then we'll get back to this towards the very end. I want you to come up with, you don't have to do it all by yourself, but between us, 10 words. Let's pretend you just got a puppy. You just got a puppy. He just came home with you. He or she, little puppy, cute little fella. You are the master creator of the universe, just like you are of your tubs. And you have the magic ability to implant into your dog, be it a boy or a girl, the ability for your dog to speak 10 words, not sentences, not phrases, just words. I'll give you one example. If it was my dog, I would have it learn to say yes and no. My dog can say yes, or my dog can say, it's the words my dog's able to speak, not I speak that it understands. Get back to me on that. 10 words that your dog is physically capable of speaking and understanding. We'll move on. Next subject. Anybody watching? Last week, I was sort of stupidly captured. I have to admit, I spent time captured by the Alec Murdaugh trial. The Alec Murdaugh trial. Rastamon's already answering. Rasta, save it. Save your answer. That's a good answer, but save it. And besides, that's a lot of words. Okay, he just used up 3. All right. Anybody watching the Alex Murdaugh trial? Admit it, some of you were. It's kind of like TV gossip. I spent more time, moms, did you guys watch it a little? I did, especially when he was talking. I did. It was in the background more than anything because we're working. But then, yeah, we had to go see it. Had to waste brain power on it. Yeah, I did. I admit it. Yeah, I spent a little time on it. Then I got, all right, I tell you another thing I'm admitting. I'll admit another thing. I had to go online and look up, can I see a diagram of the dog kennel and where the bodies were laying? I had to do it. I had to go look up, like as if I'm a forensic, like as if I wanted to go with the jury to the site. I did. Okay. Gossip. A human brain, my brain, like, oh, nobody gossip. Meanwhile, I'm watching Alex Murdaugh gossip. Like, what a waste of time. I find it absolutely hilarious, fantastic, by the way, that the jury inside of 3 hours said, bam, get out of here, pal. Get out of here. Get out of here. You dirtbag. But I got to thinking. I got to thinking. while I was watching it, Sharon and Kim, I've been watching MVP. Whatever. Whatever. You've been driving around in a white Ford Escape, admit it. So I'm watching the trial, and it came to me. I think Alex Murdaugh's father killed JR. That's a dirty family. Now that I think about it, you want to know who killed JR? Alex Murdaugh's father. So, what do you think? Anybody think that that's a possibility? Paige, half the kids here is like, who's JR? I don't get it. I think Alex Murdaugh's father killed JR. So I wrote that joke down. I thought it would go over better. Okay. Wrong state. I had to be in Dallas to say that story. Anyways, I thought it was funny. I even took the time to write it down. Alex Murdaugh's father is the one that shot JR. All right. So let's move on. I'm a better singer than a comedian. Ego? Thanks. That's not hurting my ego at all. Okay. Can you guys remember something? And I need to tell you now. Okay. Scott, at least Scott got it. Someone that Rasta's watching too much of it because it wasn't Buster. So if you know Buster's a Murdaugh kid, you've been watching too, Doc. Okay, you and me both. We know who Buster is. Somehow I keep thinking, is Buster involved? Is Alec covering for Buster? I don't know. Why do we get hooked on one little crime thing and then the Court TV? What a terrible program. And Court TV is like that and Discovery Channel are two of my favorite channels. Give me 10 people, no idea who Buster is. Star Child, that's a Murdaugh kid. Then you're not into Murdaugh. You're not a Murdaugh. You're not a Murdaugh. What are we going to call ourselves? A Murdauchian. First of all, that little brat kid, first of all, the little guy, I'm sorry you got shot. And I do mean that sincerely. But why are you driving a boat so fast? You're killing little girls running into the bridge. I'm not okay with that. All right? And the other people on the boat, they're letting him. Come on, man. I'd have knocked that kid out, thrown him off the boat. You don't get to drive like that with a bunch of girls on a boat in the middle of the night. What are you thinking? Boat safety, please. You little monsters. Life goes that fast. Daylight savings time. Okay? Right, moms? I would have knocked that little sucker out. Like, give me that gun. Give me the... You do not get to drive the boat. He switches into a different personality. You mean he's drunk? 19 years old. Okay, Pops, we're supposed to be doing other stuff here. All right, I will. Daylight savings time is Sunday. I'm only telling off the boat, moms, right over the edge. Go. He can swim back to shore or not. I don't care. Okay? We're going to lose an hour. So remember that Monday morning. I don't want to hear it from Bill Duryui on the Pacific Coast that, I forgot to set my clock. No, Bill, set your clock. Get up at 5:45. I know it'll be 4:45. Get up at 5:45 still. We'll see you here on time Monday. I don't want a bunch of laggers. I forgot to set my clock for it. Oh my God. Don't be tardy. All right? You know, there's no excuses. You've been warned. We're all mature adults. Don't be tardy. Spring forward 1 hour. Bill's like, okay, Pops. Poor guy. I'm teasing you, Bill. All of you West Coasters, I feel sorry for you. Us East Coasters, it's no big deal. We're up already. Okay? Never winner before. Never winner before. Only participate in this first giveaway. Star Child, it's Sunday morning. I mean, before we go to bed on Saturday, set your clock forward an hour. Okay? Bill's snowed in. I'm snowing here too, Billy. Hey, we're going to do never winner befores. Only never winner befores. Only never winner befores. Please answer this question. The first 6 that I see on my screen, if you've never won before, participate in this. I wrote down a number between 1 and 10. You can only answer once. Go. Only answer once. If you match the number, you move forward to the spin to win round. Only answer once. Only if you've never won before. Okay? If you've won before, please don't answer. Okay. I'm looking for 6 correct answers. If I can't get 6, I'll settle for less. So far, I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple correct answers. Hussar, go ahead and jump in. If it was a year ago, I'll let you in. So far, I've only seen one person. I've only seen one person answer correctly so far. I feel like I'm ready to give it away for a spin. I was going to try to get a bunch of spinners here. Okay? It has to be between 1 and 10. Okay? And you can only answer once. Okay? I'm going to kill it. I'm killing it. There was only one person. There was only one person. There was only one person. The number that I had written down was 2. And the person I saw that said it first is Gene. 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 Mr. Genie. You're the first person to answer correctly. And the only one, by the way. The rest of you guys were answering 7s left and right. Like I wrote down a 7. A bunch of wrote 6s too, like I wrote a 6 or something. Here we go, Gene. Mr. Gene. I know Eric's like, how hard was that? It's only the second number you'll learn. Thanks, Eric. Leave him alone, Eric. We're gonna give you this one, Gene. We're gonna give you this monster. Gene, this is really clean. All right, let's see. What do you think of that, Genie? What do you think of that? Huh? Gene, you got to get that from us. Man, you got to get that from us. Gene, are you kidding me? I wonder if the other was way more. I wonder if the other 2. Gene, the Detroit Mush Lab.net. Send me your address there today. If I don't get your address there today, Gene, that's going to go back into the box. If I do get your address there today, I'll be sending that to you. Don't expect, this is Pops, don't expect tracking. I'm not sending tracking. It's just a waste of paper. They're dumb. Tracking doesn't count. But what you will hear is Pops telling you, I sent your package, and you'll get it. Okay? So that's all we got to say about that. We're going to talk about, I found an article literally just this morning. I found an article just this morning, and I was reading through it, and it put everything else on hold that I thought, you know what? This is an article that we should share. This is an article that we should share. We have so much to learn. I'm sitting here in my little castle and I'm, growing my little medicines and I'm doing my part. And the world's really doing its part in terms of mushrooms. The more I know I don't know. Do you know what I mean? The more you learn, the more you realize God, there's so much that you don't know. And then, like, as your hair turns grayer, you just want to fill your brain up with a bunch more information because you only have a certain amount of time left. I got to keep filling it up. And so I'm addicted to learning. And man, because I dedicated my life in a really strong, honest way to mushrooms and the medicinal mushrooms. Sometimes I forget that there's more to mushrooms than just psilocybin. For example, our lion's manes and our rishis and the cordyceps and those. There's so many valuable supplements in those that are so incredibly good for our diet. I mean, just amazing. We could literally be vegans, vegetarians practically, eat mushrooms, and that would provide most of the protein we would ever need. The more I'm learning about mushrooms, the more freaked out I'm getting. I mean that. And then because we're here and this is our platform, and we have a common like for mushrooms, I think the more we can learn and share together, that's one of the things that we're here for. Besides laughter, fun, and kindness. There's this amazing article written in the BBC News, British outfit. It's called The Mushrooms You Can Wear and Build With. Mushrooms we can wear and we also can build with. We'll read this article. Are you guys interested? I would like to read this article to you. It's not super long. The mushrooms you can wear and build with. And then it says here, mycelium, seen here growing in a petri dish, is the root structure of mushrooms. Okay? It has another really cool picture. Wait for this. Watch this. This is Biomes. This is the company. Insulation panels can be made so large that 2 people are required to carry them. This is an insulation panel. There's another one back there. And a panel made of, it's a cake. It's a mycelium cake. That's so big, it's like a drywall. They're going to drywall the house with that. Hats. Michael Works mycelium hats are available in a number of different colors and textures. Came from mycelium. They're calling it Rishi leather, Paige. They're making leather out of it, and it's called Rishi leather. Let's learn. Let's learn. There's no doubt mushrooms are having a moment. From the popular Netflix documentary Fantastic Fungi, it's a phenomenal movie, by the way, to the surge of the medical trials exploring the use of compounds found in the hallucinogenic species as a treatment for depression, a mushroom boom is alive and kicking. We're part of it. I'm so happy. Who knew 3 years ago we were like, let's bring it out of the closet. We're not wearing masks. We're going to we're going to the moon with this, Alice. Now everybody's on the moon with you already. But there's one part of fungi that businesses are now especially tapping into, and that's mycelium, the root structure of a mushroom. London-based biomanufacturing company Biome grows mycelium on a large scale, by feeding it the likes of food waste and sawdust to create construction industry products such as insulation panels. These can then be used as an alternative to the prevalent plastic ones. We are focused on solving global challenges, and one of the largest in terms of impact on the planet and ecosystem is the construction industry, explains Oksana Bondar, Director of Design at Biome. We look deeper into waste streams and types of materials and the fabric of buildings. And one of the largest commodities is insulation. The idea was to tackle one of the challenges with a natural solution, be nature. Once the mycelium has grown over a number of weeks, Biome harvests and dries it, and then compresses it into brick-like panels. What's beautiful about this product is that the panels can be remanufactured. It can be broken down into feedstock. It's safe to be composted. It's pH neutral, and it's 100% natural, and it can fertilize soil, says Ms. Bondar. A spokesman for Biome said the company was currently negotiating with major multinationals to take its product to global markets. Expect to see their mycelium thermal insulation being installed in homes, offices, and public spaces in the UK and Europe within the next couple of years. In San Francisco, a company called MycoWorks is growing mycelium to produce a leather substitute called reishi. Using this material, it is now making everything from hats to wallets, handbags, and bowls. Mycelium-grown reishi is an incredible material and the first of its kind that doesn't use plastic as a core ingredient, says Sophia Wang, MycoWorks co-founder. It is grown using 3 organic materials: water, sawdust, and mycelium, which keeps carbon emissions low. She adds that the luxury goods sector is currently showing the most interest in the company's work. MycoWorks has already helped Hermes produce a handbag partly made from its mycelium, and it has formed a collaboration with the hat maker Nick Fouquet. Those richers, they're putting the mycelium in their purses now. $1,500 purses with mycelium involved. Ms. Wang says, wait. MycoWorks is also working with General Motors to explore the use of mycelium in the interior of cars. I'm driving around a mycelium-mobile. Ms. Wang says the firm coaxes mycelium to grow into a large brick. The top layer of this, which is said to look like a sheet of animal leather, is then peeled off, and it can be tanned or colored in the same way as leather. Ms. Wang said the cost of reishi is comparable to luxury leather. Cordoba leather. You guys remember that guy? However, she hopes that as the firm introduces production on a much larger scale, the price will fall. They have funds, they have investors behind this business. To achieve this growth, the company has already raised $125 million to fund the building of a new facility that will allow it to ramp up output from thousands of sheets a year to millions. This is due to open in South Carolina later this year. South Carolina, you're getting the first leather factory, shroom factory in the U.S. Is anybody interested in this article? Should I finish it? Should I finish this article? It's just a little bit more. Is this interesting? Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? I'm looking for that, participant. I'm like the guy looking around cloud. You guys like this? This is good? Yeah. Absolutely interesting, right? This is us. This is us right here. While it's difficult to source figures for the financial value of the mycelium sector, its rapid growth is undoubtedly increasing that of the wider global mushroom market. This is due to reach $90.4 billion by 2028, according to a research company, iMark Group. I think the reason for the expanded interest in mycelium for materials science applications is just increased awareness, says Dr. Mitchell Jones, a researcher at the Vienna University of Technology and an expert on mycelium. University of Vienna is studying the uses of the mycelium, and he's saying the only reason we're not using it more is because we're not aware. And as we increase awareness, we'll be using more. Hello, Tea with Pops. One of the reasons we're here, increase awareness. Even if it's just a pinprick. When I started my PhD on the topic about 7 years ago, nobody knew about it. This is the doctor continuing. There was almost no documented research on mycelium-based materials, and just 2 companies in the US were doing stuff with it. These days, the topic is much more popular, he says. Companies are popping up everywhere, including the US, UK, Italy, Netherlands, Indonesia, South Korea, Estonia, and Australia. Jesus Christ. The more media attention the topic gets, the more people want to get into it commercially and found startups. The allure is the weirdness of the concept, for want of a better term, unquote. That was the doc talking. For Dr. Jones, mycelium's strong, sustainable kudos makes it an attractive material. For starters, it is usually made using agricultural or forestry byproducts, or food waste that would otherwise have been incinerated or gone into landfills. He adds that unlike most manufacturing processes, which may use a lot of energy and require a machinery, fungi, a biological organism, basically does the hard work for you, simply by growing. Does the work for us. But are there downsides to the use of mycelium? Dr. Jones cautions that it has to be effectively sealed with water repellent. Quote, because if you don't, it's like a large sponge compared to other materials. It is susceptible to sucking up large quantities of water. Unquote. Duh. No, I don't mean that, Doc, but we get that. Okay? Yeah. Our mycelium could be a big old sponge. And he adds that we don't know how long our mycelium products will last. As it hasn't yet been produced on a commercial scale, we don't have accurate life assessment data. So we don't know how long one of these panels are going to last. So we don't have the data yet. Makes sense. Final paragraph. An increasing number of food startups are also using mycelium. Oh, this is fascinating. Wait for this. You think we're just eating mushrooms. Everybody's, more increase. Wait till you see what we're doing with mycelium on the food chain. An increasing number of food startups are also using mycelium as a high protein alternative to meat, or even a replacement for wheat flour. Wait. Berlin-based Bosk Foods has raised $3 million to develop mycelium-based substitutes for chicken, pork, and bacon. That's not chicken you're eating, that's mycelium. Isabella Iglesias Musacchio, its co-founder and chief executive, says they grow their mycelium in a matter of days in a fermentation vessels that allow for indoor and urban farming. From our perspective, quote, this is advantageous because we are able to scale up our production in a much more cost-effective way, which means we can reach price parity with animal meat sooner, she says. Listen, Bosc's, that's the company, mycelium is said to have a mild flavor with a hint of umami or savory notes. To this, it adds a range of spices. While Bosc's products have yet to go on sale, mycelium-based burgers are already available to buy in the US. And the European Union gave clearance for one type of mycelium earlier this year. The situation in the UK has been complicated by Brexit, but the UK food standards industry has maintained an EU authorization for what's called a novel food. Ms. Iglesias Musacchio is adamant that mycelium is the future of vegan food. Quote, some of the issues with plant-based alternatives is that soy and pea protein isolates can have a very strong flavor, which on its own many people find off-putting. Our mycelium can act as a blank canvas for us to create delicious flavor profiles that people crave. Blank mycelium steak, little square, boop, make it whatever flavor you want. Off you go. I'm not so sure about the food part yet, but I could definitely build with a mycelium panel, and I'd love to wear a hat and a belt. Okay? The Michael Burger, I'll work my way up to that. Good article. Give me 5 people that said, Pops, that's a pretty darn good article. What's going on out there in the world of shroomage? Looks like Europe's a little ahead, huh? Looks like Europe's doing a lot of work. And we're catching up. I'm going to do a little final reading. We have 2 giveaways that we're going to do. We're going to wait till right towards the end. I like giving away and then going away, if that's okay with you guys. I am propaganda. Onyx called that propaganda. Then wouldn't everything be considered propaganda at the end of the day? Anything you read, anything you produce in media, wouldn't that be considered propaganda? I mean, by definition. So that's good stuff. Thank you guys. We're going to I get it, Onyx. I know what you mean, but we're just looking at the knowledge that we're gaining. It's fascinating. Man, imagine if we'd have been working with this stuff 50 years ago, if they hadn't have thrown the wrench into it back in the late 60s and said, put the brakes on. We'd be really far along. We'd probably, half of us be living in a mushroom house, and the other half would be driving mushmobiles. We're going to go back to our book when we're talking about the 4 agreements. We're on the 3rd agreement, which says not to make assumptions. We already learned that we want to be impeccable with our hypoglossal nerve. That's the one what's the hypoglossal nerve? We learned that last week. It's the nerve that connects our tongue to our brain. Found out we actually can control it. Can you imagine that? You can actually control that nerve. There's other nerves like there's certain nerves I can't control. That one, I have all the control in the world over the more I practice it. Let's be impeccable with that nerve. don't take things personal, and now we're at assuming. Yesterday I shared something super personal. I assumed that my world would collapse on me if I bailed out of a marriage, a loveless marriage. I assumed my family would really be frustrated and upset with me. You spent 10 years in a cocoon because you assumed something. 10 years in a place you don't belong, suffering from assumptions. You find out as soon as you make the different move, everything you assumed was wrong. Everything you assumed was wrong. And you labor under these assumptions, some for years, let alone a season or two. We talked about lying to ourselves about what we truly need. The first person we lie to is ourselves. We don't tell ourselves what we truly need. And then manifest it. We do a lot of settling. The reason we don't tell, Clean Grow said it, the reason we don't ask for and virtually demand what we truly need is because we don't think we're worthy. So we settle. I don't settle. I have decided I'm going to be the best mushroom grower east of the Mississippi. Period. End of story. I'm not settling for anything less. It's going to make me happy. Even if it never comes true, just pursuing it is going to make me happy. That's what I want. I say it out loud. I say it to my people and my friends, and even to people I don't know. Do you have a goal? I have a goal. It's my goal. We develop relationships with things and people we don't even like. We have jobs we don't like. We have relationships with people we don't like. But we've compromised ourselves to be there, to be with them too. Sometimes it's just easier for 10 years. Often when you go into we're going to be on page 70. Often when you go into a relationship with someone you like, you have to justify why you liked that person. You only see what you want to see, and you deny there are things you don't like about that person. You lie to yourself just to make yourself right. Then you make assumptions, and one of the assumptions is that my love will change this person. But this is not true. Your love will not change anybody. If others change, it's because they want to change, not because you can change them. Then something happens between the two of you and you get hurt. Suddenly you see what you didn't see before. Only now it's amplified by emotional poison. Now you have to justify your emotional pain and you blame them for your choices. Listen, that's a very common occurrence. I think all of us have had that experience. We've all had one of those relationships. Be honest. We've all had one of those. We might even still be in one or two. I don't know. We don't need to justify love. It is there or it is not. Paige is like, just one? I agree. Real love, listen, this is the key, and we all know this. We talk about it all the time, but do we really know it? Know it means practice. Know it. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I hope this doesn't come up rude, but in the biblical sense, to know someone doesn't mean you just shook their hand. It means you went all the way. It means there was like some serious intimacy there. Now you know that person. You have to get pretty intimate to be officially I know, on the I know level. You get what I'm saying? That's way more than just a handshake with the idea. Oh, I met that idea once. No, you have to get physically intimate with the idea to be able to say, I know it. We don't need to justify it. We don't need to justify love. We know this stuff, but are we practicing it? Real love is accepting people the way they are without trying to change them. That's one of the reasons I like Mom's Munchie so much. I'll just use her as an example. I could mention 98 other people here right now. The reason I like you guys so much, I like you just the way you are. I've never once reached out to, Green Table. I've never once done say, Greenie, don't do it that way. I'm going to like you more. I expect you to, you should do it like, and then I just like Greenie just the way he is. He's okay with me. I like the guy. I like Jesus Christ in Australia. He's goofy. He's out of line sometimes. He's ribald. Inappropriate. Funny. But he's here every day. He shows up every day. A totally different time zone. A completely different country and culture. I like the guy. I never once told him, don't be JC. Gutty, same thing. Sharon said, I like you guys just the way you are, which makes it super easy to love you. And that's one of the reasons this thing works the way it works. That's what I was going to say. This is what I was getting out of today's reading. It's one of the reasons tea works the way it does. One of the reasons the Mush Fest works the way it works. Because you show up there and you haven't shown up at a party and with a bunch of coworkers with the history of, remember when he did such and such on Project X, and you have history and you had an expectation and project didn't get to, and you have all this junk. No, there is no junk. We don't have any junk. We just show up here and experience goodness and kindness. Go away. That was all I got out of it. If you decide to live with someone, if you decide to have tea with someone, if you make that agreement, if you decide to have tea with someone, or if you decide to live with someone, if you make that agreement, it's always better to make that agreement with someone who is exactly the way you want him or her to be. Find someone that you like already. They like mushrooms already. They're into the same things that you are already. It's a lot easier. It's going to be easier to practice. Doesn't mean we're not going to branch out to other people and other groups, but we're going to practice with people that want to practice together. People that deliberately, earnestly say, gosh, how can I be more impeccable today? I want to find a group of those. Makes me feel good. I practice with them and then I take it out. Find someone who you don't have to change at all. I don't have to change any of you. It's much easier to find someone who is already that way, the way you want. No, excuse me. It is much easier to find someone who is already the way you want him or her to be instead of trying to change that person. I'm not going to a motorcycle club and telling them, hey guys, don't go out on a Toys for Tots run this weekend. Come over and let me show you how to do tubs. That group isn't that interested yet. They're delivering toys to the tots on their motorcycle run. That's how they're experiencing their goodness and their kindness. Also, that person must love you just the way you are. So he or she doesn't have to change you at all. I have not yet. We've had 6 or 7 Mush Fests now. I have not once asked anybody to change. I take that back. The last Mush Fest, I had a little bit of an interaction with one of these wonderful person. But I had a slight interaction with them because it was like, this kitchen's for everybody. It isn't just yours. So I expected, I asked them to behave just slightly different. That's been the only interaction that wasn't like, but that was me saying these are communicating clearly. So there weren't assumptions, there weren't expectations, there wasn't anger, it was just like, this is how we're going to behave. In 7 parties of people that you've never met before in your life, you can go and walk away like on a cloud 9. Why? Because I like you just the way you are. So why be with someone if you're not the way he or she wants you to be? We have to be what we are so we don't have a false image. If you love me the way I am, okay, take me. If you don't love me the way I am, okay. Let's separate. Let's avoid each other. Find someone else. It's okay. It may sound harsh, but this kind of communication means the personal agreements we make with each other are clear and impeccable. Just imagine the day you stop making assumptions with your partner or your friends, or your coworkers, or your kids. Just imagine the day that you stop making assumptions with these people and eventually with everyone else in your life. Your way of communication will change completely, and your relationships will no longer suffer from conflicts that are caused by mistaken assumptions. There's a little bit left in this chapter. We'll pick up on Monday, and then we'll be on to the 4th agreement. I want to do a final giveaway here today. The big story of this whole week has all been about expectations/assumptions and how they rob us. They rob us of peace. They create pain. They take years out of people's lives. We use examples here. Years out of someone's life where they could be like really doing maybe something else. But instead, I'm going to just stay stuck in the mud because of this. And then the other part of it is the pain that we're experiencing. We experience it. We get our own butt hurt because of expectations. The monks, the guys that are living the pure lives, they just don't have expectations. They live a day-to-day existence. And how nature happens that day is how nature happens that day. None of it's personal. Just what happens. There's rhythms to the world. The less we take personal, the less expectations and assumptions we have, the easier it is to ride the wave, whatever wave's coming next. Daylight savings time on Sunday. Don't forget that. Let's do our giveaway. We're going long here. I want 6 people. I'm going to write down on, this is easy. I'm trying to give this thing away easy. Okay? Pop Shrooms, can you write out the email? TM, yeah, I was waiting for your address yesterday and you never sent it to me. So here's what you need to do, TM. TheDetroitMushLab.net. If you go there, you reach me through there and send me your address. It's easy to do because everyone else is doing it. So please do that. I didn't put your box back, but I'm going to today if you can't get me the address. Okay? The DetroitMushLab.net. And I'll get that out to you. Let's get our second big giveaway. We're going to do, let's see this one. Here. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. It's so easy. A caveman can do a D. We should have a commercial like that, right? We're not making fun of TM by any means. Okay? I'm glad I didn't put it back because I know he was new. 9.58. Jolie, I'm not sure I did get an email from you. If it wasn't today, I haven't checked, but if it wasn't today, I haven't seen it. How much is that one? 9.53 and 9 point what? 6. Oh, so this one's a little bigger than this one. Go figure. Well, let's give this one away first then. The 9.53. Boy, they're sure close, aren't they? Let's give that away. Jolie, then if you did, Jolie, I'm confused right now. Send me an email and we'll figure it out. Dear, yeah? I'm confused right now. If you sent me an email the same day, I probably answered it. Or sent, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. But you get back, if you email me over at my site, we'll figure everything out there, doll. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. This is going to be the same thing that we just did for the Never Winner Before Us. I want to make this easy. I want to get 6 people on the spin to win board. The way we're going to do that is you're going to give me what number did I just write down and circle? Go. Between 1 and 10, you can only answer one time. Only answer one time. 1, please. Time, please. Okay? Only one time. And whoever gets these, the first 6 that I see on my screen, will move forward to the spin to win round. Okay? So you can only answer one time. And it's between 1 and 10, RX and Saska. You guys go back and give me a number between 1 and 10. All right? See if we can get it in before the lag's over. Here. Between 1 and 10. I have some correct answers so far. Mushman and Spoonie Smasher, go back. Those are not even between 1 and 10. Okay, I've got a 4th person. So far, I have 4 people that are correct. 4 people that are correct so far. We've just got number 5. I just got a number 5. When number 6 answers, there it is. Done. Kill it. The answer was 9. The answer was 9. These are going to be the 6 people that I saw first on my screen. The answer was 9. Here we go. 9. Flying something. You're going to be the red one. Rebel Rob, you're the violet one. Gut, you're the green one. Bill, you're the orange one. Slow Coast, you're the blue one. And Matthew, you were the last one. You killed the game. Matthew, you're the yellow one. Okay? So here we go. Looks like Slow Coast. That's funny. Why do I have to be Mr. Pink? That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Slow Coast. Going out to you, my friend. This big, beautiful, gigantic, 9-gram plus is going to the slow coast, not to the East Coast. It's not even going to the West Coast. It's going to go to the slow coast. Okay? You've got to send me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net. Has to be here today so I can get that out in the mail to you. Do you guys want to play one more? Do you guys want to play? Is it okay to do it that way? Do you guys want to do a number and get on the spin board again? Give me 5 people say we could do that, or we could do a top 10. Do you want to do a spin to win, or do you want to do a top 10? Which do you want? Which one do you? Because I mean, it's not like you have to be very knowledgeable to yell out a number, right? We're not looking for knowledge right now. We're just spinning and winning. Am I right? Okay? So we're not looking for brainiacs. We're looking for people that just guess a good number. Okay, well, we're going to do it again then. But we're going to go over here. We're going to go between... we're going to go between 90 and a 100. Give me a number between 90 and 100. Go. 90 and 100. And the first 6, to say it correctly on my screen, the first 6 on my screen will move forward to the spin to win round. 90 and 100 is what we're looking for. 90 and 100. So far, I've seen 3 people are correct. So far, 3 people have gotten it correct. I hope I can get 3 more real quick. Let me get 3 more to spinners. Only answer 1 time, please. Please only answer 1 time. Otherwise, you could get it forever, right? Here we go. I need 1 more. I need 1 more. No, I need 2, excuse me. Oh, that's a good one right there. Okay. And I'm looking for 1 more. I'm looking for 1 more. Oh my goodness, I hope I can find 1 more in this mess here. Looking in here between 90 and 100, I've only got 5, and I think you guys have run out of steam. I think everybody's answered. I know, RX, we've had an amazing week. The amount of people here. Okay, looks like I'm killing it. I'm going to kill it. Oh, we just got another one. That'll kill it right there. That'll kill it right there. We have 6. We have 6. The answer, my friends, was 91. 91. These are the people that I saw. As I see them, I write it down. As I see it on my screen, I write their name down next to the number. So the first 6 names that I wrote down, Green Table. Green Table. Oh my goodness, you guys are getting ready to win something rather scrumptious. Okay? Greenie, you're a red. Howard E. Howard E. You're the violet. Keeper of the Strains. Keepy, you're the green one. Captain Shrooms, I salute you. Captain, you're the orange one. Sean Combs. Sean Diddy Combs. He's the blue one. And New England Visuals. New England Visuals, that's you. Here we go. We're going to spin to win this fella. Here we go. It looks like Green Table. Greenie, Green Table Grow is going to be receiving this monster. Now, you guys may all be a little jealous of him. I could understand that, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be jealous of him because guess what? He now has a very tough decision to make. He has a very tough decision to make. He has to decide, is he ever going to really break this up? How terrible would this be when you actually break it up? When it actually, because you got, what are you, or you just going to, that's it. It'll be a trophy forever. You have an ethical decision that you need to make. It's a tough ethical decision.
A moral dilemma.
A moral dilemma. Yes, that's right. That's exactly what it is. You have a moral dilemma that you're not sure if you're going to ever break this up and actually do something with it. Get out of here. It's a tough decision. You'll make the right one. I trust you. please send me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net. Okay? Just take a bite out of it and then turn it around so you don't see the bite and then put it back in its little glass case. All right? Now, none of those were all too big to have a glass case. I'm sorry. They're going out just like they are in a plastic bag. Okay. You guys, go have a beautiful weekend. I hope you had as much fun here and were filled with as much goodness and kindness as I was this week. I will miss you, and I'll see you Monday morning, non-anniversary week, next week. And we're going to go have a... Oh, Trevor, I forgot about that. I forgot. Trevor, we'll pick that up on Monday. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. It's kind of a fun topic. I will... Trevor, thanks for reminding me about the words our dogs can say. We will talk about that next week. Good call, Trev. Okay, you guys go have King 2. Okay, you guys keep your words. Think about it over the weekend, maybe. And I'll hit that subject this weekend. I love you. And I appreciate everything you do for me. Thank you. Have a great weekend. To everybody, Slow Coast and Kimberly, you're fleeking out. And Paige and Howard. Howard, you came this close. I'm telling you. Mushman and Eric and Cleany and Spoonie and RX. There's RX. And Jay and Pennypack and Sid Hunter and New England Visuals and Justin. Okay, Med Rosie. And Corey Turner and Momsy. Love you, moms. And DV Boy and Ego and TM and Flying Wing and MVP and Gut Pile and Eric and Sharon the Sparky Spark. And there's Kitty Cat 23. Meow. B and Jesus Christ in Australia. Much love, bro. And Justin and Greenie and Cooley and Trevor and Greenie and Hanky Derbs and Joey Portunato and Slow and King and Saska Mojo and Captain Shroomy. You were this close. You were that close, bro. Choopy, love that man. Keeper, you were awfully close too. Lexington and Pennypack and Howard and Cleany and Herbie, Barn Warby, come up. And 71, I missed you. And Justin and Jicky Cat Cat and Gut and Jesus and Sandy. Sandy, love that guy. Bill, wake up. It's 6:40. It's 5:45. I'm teasing you. 71, TM, Silly Gal Lad. Jolie, write to me so we can figure that out. I'm not sure what happened. Nerdy and Overjoyed and Paige and Choop and King and Starchild, love you. Thanks for that beautiful letter. I need your address. City and Nerdy and TM and MVP and Laddie and Starchild and Gutty and B and Larry Tedford. Larry Tedford Polanin and Jesus Christ and Sharon and Mike Barry Ball and Hanky and Bill and Starry. Pops, peace, love. Spread kindness like it's a tsunami. Ouch. Look at MVP sending love letters. You're a dork.